Hello there, everybody. It is me, No Name Moments of Sport, joined today by. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my handle is Kagami. How's
Yep.
it going?
And this is Rule Waves 3. I believe this is episode 56, if I'm counting right. As France, and currently I'm at war with Britain in this fucked situation. I
Yeah.
yeah. I have explained the situation to Kagami about how not great this is. I have.
Yeah, I mean it when as soon as you opened the game, I was just like or the video chat opened, I was just like that's not
Yeah.
a situation you want to be in.
No, the going from low tensions in April to war in December against probably the strongest nation. Although technically I have the largest fleet tonnage. But that's because I have a bunch of obsolete ships I'm just keeping in mothball right now. Which I don't want to actually bring out. So like, there's 5 pre-dreads. They're staying in mothball. I'm not having a pre-dread squadron in this war unless I'm fucking desperate. Um, but I want to get missile pre-dreads. So
I'm not gonna lie, in my game I'm currently using pre-dreads against or during the World War because I refitted all of them into battle cruisers. And I have like the smallest battle fleet of anyone on the planet, but I have the largest of every other thing. Like I have the most cruisers and destroyers, but
okay,
my battle fleet is the smallest.
okay. I think I just got myself to a point where this is survivable. I will be having one armored cruiser division not present, but that's the worst armored cruiser division. Those ships would need, a rebuild before I'd feel comfortable sending them into battle. I was,
Gotcha. To
and
save 1914 tech, so they're running not central firing basic directors.
these, yeah, basic directors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I believe yeah, the Victor Hugo's. These ones would be running improved directors. Lynn Gabetta actually has float planes installed at this point, but her successors do not. Currently, I'm on advanced directors. It should be noted, but I like just unlocked it.
Gotcha.
Ob and Ferry were very much in a similar state to these old cruisers.
Oh yeah, I
But
forgot to ask. What's your tech compared to Britain?
I don't think it's that bad if I look at the actual data. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
same
both
level.
very
Yeah,
advanced.
same
You
level.
actually have more fleet tonnage than they do.
Yes, but some good news is some of that's battleships, but they scrapped their first generation battleships. I have not. That's part of that reason. So
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's not exactly helpful tonnage.
I mean, the democracies in Verite are not terrible vessels. Um they're not the best. They were built larger, so, it is kind of their design that I can serve these ships longer. And since they are, compatible all the way up to, well, I mean, I would say St. Louis, but technically we'd be looking at Marabou here, which would be if I go to my own like data in terms of ships. Yeah, they would be compatible with stuff I completed in 1917, if I modernize or, refit their engines again. Um,
Gotcha.
so there is some consideration for keeping around like the slow battleships, probably into the 40s. Um,
Yeah, I tend to scrap my pre-dreads usually around 1920, and then keep my my first generation dreadnoughts around until like the late 30s, early 40s.
yeah,
But yeah, you kind of got caught flat-footed on this.
yep.
Ready to roll the dice?
A little bit. Yeah, so I think I'm in the situation I want to be in. So the pre-dreadnoughts, they're staying mothballed. No shot I'm bringing them out. There's part of me which wants to scrap them, and then there's part of me which is like missile pre-dread. Um, these armored cruisers need a refit before I send them out. These these old cruisers here would purely be on trade protection if they were activated. The actual good set of light cruisers are all out, and should actually probably assign that ship to the division I created for her. Okay, let's roll the dice. Let's put my subs on fleet support so I don't piss anyone else off. Okay. And the good news is the monetary situation should be getting a little better because Ob and Ferry are going to complete next turn. Well, refit next turn, and Pluton should also complete.
I
The
think
turn,
that'll bring you back into the green, won't it?
not quite. I'm estimating that'll get about 2.9k.
But yeah, you'll be brought back into the black instead of being in the red.
Well, I'm 5.3k into the black or into the red right now, so it's only bringing me back about 2.9k. The issue
When
is
Cobert gets finished,
When Corbet gets
or
finished,
Corbet.
that will get me into the black. The problem is that's actually 2 months away because she
Oh.
got the fire control refit.
Ah.
So Corbet is not this month;
I'm going to
she's next
apologize in
month.
advance. I am distinctly American and can't properly pronounce most French words.
That is exactly correct. I will be I'm screwing most of these up. I've been corrected on a couple, like this is Aeromanch, for example. I think that's how you pronounce that. I probably butchered it again. Yeah, that means Corbet as well as the refit on Charlemagne should be completing at the same time. I do want to get the other two Charlemagne's refits complete as soon as possible after that. Um, I want to try to get I think priority is probably on getting Baron and Duquesne's completed. No point in Charnay, because Charnay would be a design I'd have to rebuild. She would still be over a year out, even if she was completed. The Joffre and Lafayette are just designed for carrier conversion, so no point in getting those done yet, because they'd probably still take another 6 months at a high cost. So Duquesne's Chanzi are, yeah, Duquesne's Chanzi and Baron would be high priority, as well as getting the peak class destroyers rebuilt.
Okay.
All right, time to roll the dice. Oh, hold on. Some of my ships or divisions have no commander assigned. That would be the new cruiser. Um, yeah, the
Oh,
new
you
cruiser.
do micromanagement of your commanders?
Yep. Division editor. All the divisions are good. Cannot do that. Cruiser action, Western France. Medium. I'll accept. What do we get? Okay, good. We get some offensive minefields laid. That's good. Please be light cruisers. Please be light cruisers. Please be light cruisers. Please be light cruisers. Um, Attack enemy ships in general, given the location of this. I think that is the right call. Nope, it's battle cruisers. Okay. Um, Sea state limits ship speed, weather limits air operations.
Well, that bites.
So right now, Strasbourg's only limited to 25 knots, or Strasbourg only capable of 25 knots, but speed's limited to 18 knots by weather anyway, so no, are any carriers out? I have a support force here, consisting of two, two battle cruisers. And the Nancy class, which is not how I wanted these organized, but okay. Should probably sort my battlecruisers into 3 divisions, thinking about it now. This is going to be nighttime very soon, though, so this might be something where I could hypothetically run away, but I think the correct call would be to try to regroup with the support force. Okay. this way. I don't know where the enemy ships are. Someone found something. I'm unsure what and where.
Did nothing. What about your reports? Did something appear in your reports?
No, this is the support force has found enemy ships. And it appears has managed to score 2 torpedo hits. That's okay. I'm hoping that the support force is capable of disengaging. Didn't get torpedoed themselves. Yeah. Look to be okay for now. God, all the destroyers are far back. What are you guys doing? Okay.
You're only going. I hate when that happens. It's like, I'm only going 16 knots. How am I outrunning you all?
Yep. Are they limited even? Oh, speed's limited 12 knots by weather. That explains it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Light ships are more heavily affected by that, aren't they?
Okay, now I'm trying to figure out what division is Sully a part of here. Not second battlecruiser, she's not first battlecruiser. She's in a destroyer division! What the hell, Battleshed?
Jank the waves!
How? Oh, no, I did not want to pull that up. I wanted to do this. Yeah, that's getting posted in, that's getting posted in.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that when I'm recording stuff.
Yeah, that's getting posted just probably in general. Yeah, let's just... You know, let's just put a 22,500 ton armored cruiser in a destroyer group.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 12 knots so that my destroyers can catch up. I should go 11.
Good lord, you must be sailing in a typhoon.
Yeah, weather, heavy rain, wind, strong gale. Yep. I'm just hoping that these guys stay out of trouble. And I think they are. I'm taking the bet that they can. I also have a lot of bad luck in the Dreadnought age, it seems, where, the only action that is happening off screen. This is the second time we sank a British battleship! My main force didn't even get engaged!
Your little scout fleet down there went, I see an enemy, I shot an enemy, and I ran away.
Torpedo DD style it.
Okay, that's amazing.
Well then, that helps. That is a major British battleship destroyed by the destroyer, Stylet. Did anybody... I need to check. So you're you're a Muskegon class 4th Destroyer Division. We launched a grand total of 2 torpedoes this battle. As far as I can tell, there's no gunshots.
Just 2 torpedoes, 2 hits, and 1 sunk battleship. That is amazing.
What the hell is this battle? Oh my god.
Jank of the waves? This is like the funniest thing. This is something that would happen in real life.
Yep.
And everybody would just be like, God's the luck behind all that.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a Ubar or a Udachi moment, except for your ship survived.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm just sitting here looking at this battle results screen, like.
I'm sitting here
Hold
wishing
on.
we could have watched it.
I know. Um. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I want to sort by torpedo hits there. Um. Hold. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do alt print screen on this.
So, quick question for you. I
Yeah.
was curious if you've noticed this. Um, when you have an unidentified ship and then it turns into a like a transport ship or a cargo ship, have you noticed that while it's moving as the unidentified ship, it can move much faster than
Yes,
once
I
you
have.
identify
I
it?
have. That is a weird issue with the game. Weird bug.
I was say, I was just wondering if you think that's a feature, like
It's a
they're
bug.
misidentifying where where it is, or if it's
I
actually
think they
okay.
might. I think it might have been justified as like a bug, which they turned into a feature, but it's at heart a bug.
Okay.
So, well, that was apparently the battle. I think some destroyers were shipping water, so I'm a little curious if I can actually like look at that or not. Or if it was just losing contact with division. It looks like they were speeding up to 16 knots by the end as the weather decreased from strong gale to gale. Um, yeah, okay, I think it was just destroyers losing contact with division. I can check the log if I want to.
I'm not gonna lie, I have had battles like this where as soon as I entered, I
Yeah.
made a beeline for the nearest port that I had because I was just like, I don't want to
Okay.
lose the victory points, but you don't want to actually engage them full on. Was that sort of what you were thinking of doing with this, or were you going to try and inflict as much damage as possible?
Um, part of me was like, I want to inflict as much damage as possible, and then it's like, no, the weather's too bad. Like, the moment I noticed that the destroyers were trailing behind, I'm like, this is not a situation I can fight in.
Yeah, nothing can
Yep.
screen for you.
Okay, so it looks like the weather issues was my aircraft being damaged by weather. So that's
Ah,
fun. Okay, so if I look up maybe all ships. So that's us. The enemy formation was actually kind of vaguely sailing this. Oh, they were actually really detached from their destroyers. If we had engaged this, that actually could have been like a major victory with that navy. Um, so there's battleship Jupiter. So she was not the one which sank. We have yeah, there's the destroyer. So Stylet was the one which got the kill. There's the battle cruisers. I'm gonna assume. Yeah, okay. So it looks like our force kind of encounters their force somewhere in this vague area. And that's when the torpedo strike occurs, and then they run down this way, and then this other force just kind of goes this way. If we'd done something weird like this, we might have actually caught these guys, but, you know,
was it the ship
hindsight is
back here?
hindsight.
This independent one on the no, the up on that other group.
Which one?
That independent one that's trailing behind below their destroyer screen.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you're thinking it's one of...
Maybe one of those ones back there. I know those are
Oh.
destroyers.
I think
Or
their ship sank is the thing. I think it already sank, like the two torpedoes hit and then just
oh,
flooded out.
it's already off. It's already
Yeah,
gone
already
from
off
the
the map.
screen.
Alright, I guess exit out of that battle. French major victory, gained 2 prestige. Uh, sure, I will take it. Um, yeah. Fuck it, we sank a British battleship somehow. Pluton is commissioned into the Navy. 2 cruisers have finished the reconstruction. That should hopefully put Sully back in her main group now that her sisters, well, not her sisters, but her kind of half sisters have returned. Uh,
How many
okay, we're
subs do
losing
you have?
subs. Um, Not many. British destroyer hit a mine and is sunk. Gained 270 VP for blockade of the enemy.
Nice.
Um, um, uh, do I want to do economic material and take the prestige hit?
You have the prestige to spend. I always say I guess they can find their courage if we give them some time, but
I'm
that's
doing that.
just
I'm not spending
me.
more prestige. Okay. Monetary
Is
situation is better now. I think I'll be able to actually try to get another one of the Charlemagne's back into service. And one thing I actually wanted to do was take a look at aircraft types and start getting rid of bad ones. So I was actually looking at the torpedo bombers,
gonna say
and
you have 5 torpedo bombers.
yeah, so this old one is obsolete completely. This this torpedo bomber has 140 speed, 244 range, 6 maneuverability. This torpedo bomber,
It's heavy range is all that matters because that's what it carries, heavy
oh, fair
torpedoes.
point. But it looks like that's still the longest range out of all of them.
Yeah.
This one is slower with a worse range and worse maneuverability and
Oh
worse
yes.
toughness. So I think the 106 gets obsoleted. I was hoping that that one would evolve into something better than their immediate predecessor, but apparently not. Um,
The
these are
Burgett
both.
128 as well is probably worth obsoleting. It's got pretty poor range by
I think the
comparison,
one
and
two,
its stats are lower.
yeah, the 126 is even worse.
But that's a float plane scout.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Um, so the 128. If they can improve the speed, this would be better, but it is probably worth obsoleting. I know I just paid for that, getting that one into service. Um,
Oh, then I mean, if it's got uh, right, you don't know what reliability it is.
yeah.
That's also something to
Um,
consider.
I feel like this one isn't as good either. Um, honestly, I almost feel like it's worth it just obsoleting both of these. This one has a little bit more maneuverability, so it would be a little bit better at hitting, but it is shorter range. So I think it is. Yeah, I think I obsolete both of these.
Okay.
Standardize on the ND105C, and then maybe you'll get some upgrades on one of those too. Um,
Uh,
only have one fighter in service. I think that is adequate for now. Only got one medium bomber,
um,
two float plane
you
scout.
have the older float plane. It's a poor reliability. I would scrap it on that alone, honestly, if it were
There's a
me.
thought, but it's also got better range and better speed, so I'm not sure I'll do that yet. At least not before checking what the current one is. So I have these two naval patrol aircraft. They're pretty equivalent. This one's a little longer range, this one's a little faster.
I'll be honest, I still haven't figured out what naval patrol craft are meant to be used for.
Though you put them on an airbase and they'll patrol. I actually think right now we get a float plane scout, so I will go reliability and range on it. Okay, so I have to first of all add a new commander to this ship. I think I'll just grab an average guy and assign you. Wait, no, assign you to the second light cruiser division. So that would be Perot is on him, or on her, I should say. Corbet will complete this turn, which will be great. Um, as well as La Garçonnière, Garçonnier, and Charlemagne will also return to service, which will give me, start to kind of give me that extra battle line back. Um, then hopefully I can get Mirabeau done too. But yeah, it looks like the Charlemagnes, it's just gonna be like one a month, or kind of stagger them a little bit. Maybe I
Yeah.
maybe I'll resume the construction of Peak. She's slightly behind right now, and then get all the Peak class destroyer rebuilds done all at once. I think I can do a second battle because normally these episodes run on an hour. So
Yeah, I am going to have to hatchet up my stuff because I currently am recording it in 5-year segments.
Oh,
and there's a one war per segment. So I was just like, that was a pretty nice session. 5 hours later.
yeah, yeah. I'm running these like an hour at a time, and I'm not even like cutting them up. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'll call the episode after about an hour. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes there's some like 30, 40 minute episodes, and there's one which ran on nearly 2 hours. Actually, the one which ran on nearly 2 hours was part of a three-parter where the first and third episode were also an hour.
Oh wow.
That was a battle. Yes. Like what was it? 74 ships sunk in total between both sides. No, I think it was 70. Was it 74 total, or was it like 74 enemy ships sunk? It was absurd. Obviously, I go through the whole log at the end, so having that many ships sunk and that many ships damaged created a very long log. All right, I next turn. Next turn, I guess. Fleet battle. Am I ready? Am I ready for a fleet battle? No.
I honestly think that at this point
I think the
you're
answer is
about
no.
even,
We're
and
close.
it could go either way.
It could, but I think I'm going to decline because here's the thing. If I save the fleet battle for, say, 4 months from now, I gain four battleships.
True. Are they building carriers?
I think they are, which
I was gonna
is
say because
an issue.
currently you have the carrier advantage.
Oh, action with light forces. I think I'm going to decline that too. I'll do another cruiser action off of Western France. Sure. Okay, a couple of minefields laid by CL Metz. Good news is Russia hasn't joined yet. US hasn't joined yet. Well, okay, Russia not joining yet is bad news, but the US not joining yet is good news. Attack enemy ships in general. Okay. It is night, but the weather is far better. What are you guys doing? You're apparently an independent. Um, form on. What the fuck? Okay, I guess form on Victor Hugo then. So, my core division is my armored cruisers. But, for whatever reason, I have an independent set of battle cruisers in front. That is some
Ooh.
weird battle gen.
You're playing on rear admiral mode or
The
admiral mode?
Rear Admiral. Okay, so there we go. Those have now rejoined. How soon until daytime? A long time until daytime. And it's January. So I'm going to move forward for a bit. Nothing spotted, nothing spotted. No support force involved on my end. So I got my battle cruisers and my proto battle cruisers, but unfortunately it's the proto battle cruisers leading. Um, I really want to get these refit into a little bit more proper heavy cruisers at some point, but not there yet. Let's just run. We're not seeing anything. I think we've probably just completely missed the enemy. Yeah.
I was gonna say
Uh,
I find that
and
weird
one of my
because
destroyers hits a mine and sinks. They only had...
ooh, that sucks. See, I find that weird because almost always the enemy fleet just spawns right in front of you for some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. What were they bringing out? Okay, so they only had one CA, which is good news because I had six. They're bringing this thing out. This is probably, I would say, yeah, this is, is it better than my CAs? Is it? Might be, like, in a one-on-one fight, I'm not sure which would win between this and one of my CAs, but it's not a one-on-one fight, it would be a six-on-one fight. But battlecruiser wise, they were bringing out two of their actually really good battlecruisers. So
Yeah.
that would have been concerning, but at the same time, I had my best battlecruiser out in Toulouse, and then Actually, Ruin is good too. So my best two battle cruisers were out as well. If I had contacted them, that probably would have been a victory. Oh god damn it, they were. So they were. Yeah, it separated. It spawned us really far out. They were just over here. Okay then.
That is weird.
So enemy marginal victory because they sank a destroyer with a mine on the way back. That's an
That's
unfortunate
always.
loss. Cruiser's commissioned, or Bay is commissioned and surpassing her design speed. I might actually jam her in the battlecruiser squadrons then. Gloria has condenser problems. We've sunk the British destroyer, and we lose a CVL. Fuck. Yep, that was not good.
Damn. They must have a lot of mine ships.
Yep. Okay. Get Maribou done. Um, get the Peak class out again, and guess get. I think I have the money now to get Baron worked on. Um, okay, so you need a commander. You have an unassigned average, so you will go on that. Go to the second light cruiser division. Um, well, it looks like one of my commanders might have gotten either promoted or left. Okay, one of my aircraft types, I think one of the ones I mothballed, has poor reliability apparently. What happened to that commander? Um, I am not seeing what happened to that commander. Okay, so first of all, Corbet needs a commander. I might. Huh, what if I grab the brilliant guy off of one of my oh, right, because I moved the. Yeah, that's it. Because Charlemagne got back into service, and I moved her commander off of something else. So I have brilliant commanders here. One's on Toulouse, one is on Nancy. Um, Toulouse. I probably want the guy on Toulouse still there. One is on France, which isn't a bad ship to have him on. Toulouse is a good ship. Nancy is a fairly good ship to have that guy on. I'll just grab an average then, or an above average. Um, and grab one off of one of the cruiser divisions. So I think not one of the cruiser divisions. I think one of the coastal divisions. So I think I will grab the guy on third coastal. I got the guy on the fourth coastal destroyer division. Gives me good commanders for them, and it does mean that these do need um commanders. Um, probably grab an unknown guy there, and then I don't think we have any more unknowns. I guess I can grab an average or for the fourth.
I am going to be honest. I don't actually manage this stuff mostly, so I have mine set to automatically deal with the commanders
Yeah.
because it's just such a micromanagey system.
Yeah. Okay, so good news is at the very least I have these CLs complete in terms of the air bases. Um, I have, expanded, all these guys. I'm not quite sure I'll jam more planes on them yet.
I don't think you can afford to.
Yeah. Well, I did just lose like two aircraft squadrons, which is annoying, to say the least,
Yeah.
because Actually, in terms of ships sunk, I believe that is the first ship larger than a destroyer I've lost so far.
Oh, wow.
It was a
That's
mine.
impressive. Was this a 1920 start?
This was an 1890 start
Oh, that's impressive.
to have lost a CVL to a mine. But I mean, that ship was built in 1894. Ah, pressing though. And then refit into a carrier, of course. Okay, so I think, first of all, I want to assign you to a division. So I guess the question is, I might do 3 battlecruiser divisions. Hold on. I think I add 3rd battlecruiser division. I set you as a core to the 2nd battlecruiser division, and then I set 1st cruiser division as a core to the 3rd battlecruiser division. So that kind of daisy chains everything as I want, or as I want them. Um, so what I will okay. So what ships do I have? So in terms of the battle cruisers, I'm counting these 10 ships as battle cruisers. So if I have 10 ships between 3 divisions, that means 3 divisions of 3 with a division of 4. Um, so I think I would grab, yeah,
Why are you
Strasbourg.
counting the? Oh, is it because the Corbert's a fast battleship and the
Yes,
others?
I'm adding. I'm gonna add Corbeil into one division, but in
Corvette.
terms of 2nd battle cruiser division, I think I will remove the Dunkirks in Strasbourg. Like so.
Hmm.
So that'll be 3rd. 1st battle cruiser division. I think what I will do is I will remove Marseille and the Nancys. Then I will add Corbeil. Then 2nd battle cruiser division will be those ships. Okay. So it did reduce training a bit, but hopefully that should still be okay. Then I do need a commander for this division, but I have so many above average commanders that like I can just assign one. Probably do want to have a destroyer group screening it though. That's screening the 3rd carrier division. Does the 3rd carrier division even have a ship? Yeah, it does. In I'm gonna set the 11th destroyer to screen the 3rd battlecruiser. They'll rip them off of their cruiser squadron. Okay, there we go. Um, should get Diderot recommissioning soon and Mirabeau recommissioning soon. My question is, do I want to call the episode to a close here, or do I want to do one more battle?
I mean, you haven't really done anything.
Yeah, I
So
haven't done much this episode. Here's what. I will see what the battle is. How about that?
I'd say that sounds good.
I will save the game. I'll press turn. No. Oh god, I gotta pull that ship out of the Mediterranean. Convoy defense in Western France. We'll accept. It's now February, so hopefully we're getting a little bit more sunlight here soon. Um, so I think the good
In
news is that
February.
yeah, I think the good news is that all of my ships or all my capital ships except for St. Louis, I do believe have improved or advanced directors at this point. Um,
You know, one of the wildest things, they literally chose to declare war on you in the middle of winter in Northern Europe.
yep.
The worst time to go to war.
Okay, so you are apparently a screen on Sully. I'm not. I'm gonna have to set as a core on Sully. Um. Okay. You know what? This is looking like it'll be an actual. Here's my question: do you think I should run out this battle, because it's gonna be nighttime soon, or do you think that this should be something where it's like, okay, see ya, next episode time?
I'd honestly do a see you next episode time at this point. In
Yeah.
at the year you're in, it's just not worth fighting a battle at night
Well, I
uh,
mean, do I?
under these conditions.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: do I think this is gonna be a long battle, or do I think this is gonna be a short battle? Because if this is gonna be a short battle, um, yeah, if I think this is gonna be a short battle, then I stay. If I think this is gonna be a long battle, then I think I
Well,
call the episode, because the episode's only about 40 minutes in.
at most, it can only be 600 minutes, or it'll only be about 600 minutes in game.
Yeah. Start
So,
launching float planes
how long
from.
do you have till nightfall? 2 hours?
Let me see. It'll be at one. Yeah, about a little under 2 hours.
Oh, they're right there.
Yep. Um.
I think this is going to be a rather fast battle,
Yeah, probably.
and it's
So
probably going to be exceptionally brutal.
yeah. So I did not get my best battlecruiser division. God damn it. I did not get the first. I got the second and I got the third, which is probably not what I wanted. Okay. Scout planes are up. I did not get any carriers. Okay, those are battle cruisers of the Princess Royal class. Oh God, they got their best battle cruisers, because of course they did. Um, so I'm operating 7. I'm seeing 3 right now. They look to be far ahead. Victor Hugo has taken a 15-inch hit to her belt extended armor, but is still okay. Okay, that's a CA. That's their CA forward deployed. Cressy class. Oh, good, good. Nancy scoring hits.
I was going to say, I'm not seeing anything other than their screen. They're well within your detection range, too.
Yep. Okay. Okay, this is not terrible. Looks like we took a fore aft hull hit. That did some damage to the structure. Not great. Oh God, belt extended hit. I'm gonna do a slight maneuver there. Aquitaine gets a 12-inch hit. A turret disabled on uh, Bedroyant, but we did get a 12-inch on that Princess Royal. How protected are these things? 8.5-inch belt, 9.5-inch turrets. They're not particularly well armored.
They're probably using a slope deck scheme.
Disable. God, yeah. We're starting to get shot up pretty badly. I'm gonna start to kind of pull away.
When were the Princess Royals built?
These are
Uh,
this
1913.
yeah, 1913 it appears. Although that might be their like laid down date.
Yeah, they might have been refitted more recently.
Yeah. Strasbourg, all hit belt extended. So okay, so we switch targets over to this division, I believe, which means that I'm probably gonna bring these guys back in a little bit. Now that I have both battlecruiser divisions broadside on and shooting. Okay.
Well, they're taking hits.
Yep. We're only reporting light damage though. Okay, okay, okay. What's that? The ship sighted over there. Where's the convoy? Okay, the convoy's up. What? Oh, what's that? Oh no. Okay. This is concerning.
This is a convoy defense?
Yep. Flexible class. Okay,
Yeah, that could be a concern.
so Marseille took a 12-inch hit from the inflexible, but it appears to have only penetrated the belt, not gone through the deck. What is up there?
I see you're using... I was going to say, I see you're using classic awkward gun placements on French ships.
Okay, Go up north. Flotilla attack now.
Oh, you got a DD. Did it explode?
Destroyer exploded.
Nice.
Okay, looks like
Oh no, I know. Was that your destroyer?
that was an enemy destroyer. Okay, on this
Okay.
Princess Royal class, it looks like
You
we
got 2
have
turrets.
one turret disabled, one turret destroyed. But I am concerned by whatever is up here. As well as Foudroyant being, badly damaged. Um, I'm going to do this move with these destroyers, because I need to force these guys off. Are these... Okay, those are just destroyers up there, as far as we can tell. Fire control damage on Marseille. Okay, that seems to have worked. Foudroyant is back up to speed. Oh, God, they got 2 battleships. Ensign-class battleship.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yep. It does look like we have managed to hit one of the Princess Royal class pretty badly. How long until daytime? How long until daytime? 1 hour. Or not daytime. How long until nighttime? 1 hour until nighttime. So, yeah, this aft Princess Royal is damaged. What's the play? What's the play? They've got
Well, they're
something
not.
up here, too.
I was gonna
What?
say it doesn't look like they're going for your cargo ships, does it?
Not yet. Okay. Victor Hugo, mission... Or... What is this? Second cruiser, I need you to go and check whatever the hell this is. What is up here? What is this ship?
Hopefully, it's just a light cruiser or destroyer division.
I think it is. I think it's just a cruiser division trying to rejoin. Yep, it is. Actually, go back to AI control and try to rejoin with everyone else, since you are now in torpedo range of them. Well, you're within our torpedo range of them. Yeah, so that's the battlecruiser division on these guys. Now, the good news is, we have kind of crossed the T of these 2 battleships. So I have 7 battlecruisers versus 2 enemy battleships, and these 2 enemy battleships don't appear to have a lot of escorts. Which actually kind of puts me in a weirdly advantageous position.
That is a bit weird, but hey, don't look a gift
I...
horse in the mouth.
Yeah. They have, like, 3 destroyers escorting them.
Did their
Oh,
battle
Nancy's...
cruisers run away?
At least temporarily. They might be coming back up. But it looks like their battleships are scoring some hits on mine, on my battlecruisers, so I'm going to back away a little bit now. Okay, I think we have forced those away. Superstructure hit, belt upper, deck pen, Splinter's damage hull. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that these are using, like, are these using 16 inchers? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's very difficult for us to deal with, actually. Not really a gift horse. If, they're much better armed than us.
That's true, I suppose.
Kind of force them away a little bit. What's our squad max right now? 16 knots due to Nancy. They've turned back in. They've turned back in. Cross their T.
And night's falling.
Yep. Flotilla attack now. Michelet had a turret destroyed, it looks like. A 16-inch shell hit her aft turret and destroyed it. So we still have... Okay, we've lost sight on these guys. They'll probably run into the fleet here. Yep. That was my exact thought process. Okay. This is an interesting situation. Because
I think
my
they might charge right into the middle of your line.
they might, and I think that is directly at nope. They're trying to pull around right now, and
Uh,
you can see all of the torpedoes heading at them. But these guys are doing something weird right now, and I don't know why.
but I
You
think
guys
they're turning away from the torpedo
probably
attack you just launched.
probably the
And then
battle
your
cruisers are
destroyers are
taking more
running
hits,
into it.
unfortunately. But oh god, Fedroid is taking massive damage. Back away, back away, back away. This torpedo attack did not work.
That sucks.
Okay. Alright. These guys might try it again.
And nightfall.
Yeah. So they might try it again. Okay, so
But if they do now, there's no way they're going to avoid getting caught in the mix of your DDs.
exactly. Fortunately, my lead battlecruiser division is like kind of not in great shape right now.
Yeah.
Marseille is okay. Marseille's okay. Um, Bedroyant has taken that forward double or taken the forward flash fire, so she's
Hmm.
lost, her forward 14-inch turrets.
She might be
Aqua
worth breaking off.
Aquataine's okay. I would want to keep her with the main fleet. Nancy is slowed down, and I'm assuming, yeah, she's not recovered from the 16-inch hit yet. It seems, which
Uh,
disabled her
yeah, I was going to
machinery.
say, the only reason I'd say break Fedroid off now is because it's nightfall, but you don't know where their battle cruiser division is,
Yeah.
so she could sail right into them.
Just in case this attack happens, I'm going to flotilla attack. Their battleships are coming up this way. Last I checked. What's the state of these cruisers? So Victor Hugo's taken some hits. Michelet took a hit, and Gambetta took a hit. It looks like the damage is not severe to these ships. But yeah. I'm going to cancel the flotilla attack order and order that the group turn towards the convoy.
The real question is, does your flotilla have any torpedoes left?
That's a good question. Oh god, this destroyer took a lot of damage. Orbicane. Epee class, which are pretty good ones, so. Okay. Where the hell is the convoy right now? They're up there. Okay. Good to know. So we're squad max right now because of Nancy. The good news appears to be, yeah, okay, we've defended the convoy for now at least. That's the good news. I'm gonna slow down to 14 knots. I'm hoping that the battle ends soon. Yeah, it looks like they're probably not gonna find us.
But they're probably just sticking close enough that the battle won't end.
Probably. I'm making sure that this convoy is protected. I did not see any of my ships in like critical. Oh shit! Yep, there they go, there they go. Squad Max, who's actually in danger of that right now? That's okay. That appears to be that enemy CA. Good news is that destroyer is probably sinking.
Almost certainly.
Cancel the flotilla attack orders.
Oh, maybe you'll get a torpedo hit here.
Yeah, so that's their independent CA. We did not get a torpedo hit.
Nope. Darn.
Which means that now the time elapsed. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! We just ran straight into their battlecruiser force. Okay, this is just gone fucked. Which way do I turn?
I would. I'd actually run right down the center.
Okay,
They can't properly focus fire on you, and you can potentially torpedo them from both sides, and it'll disrupt their line.
Okay. Yeah, that was out of
Because
fucking
if you
nowhere.
turn, then you'll put yourself in their torpedo targeting range for their destroyers.
Okay. I've ordered the flotilla attack. I have the destroyer advantage. Come on, Stylet.
I would
so close.
I was gonna say, why not try manual firing your Marseille's
damn
torpedoes?
It, Dunkirk got hit by a torpedo, but she was in okay condition. It's rear admirals. I can't do it.
Oh.
Yep. I think the goal right now is to turn these ships up north. Merchant 10 is hit by a torpedo. God damn it. So
How the heck did they manage that?
I have no idea. And I have no idea how we're managing to miss everything. Lynx, you have a perfect... Lynx is out of torpedoes. Slave is sinking. Damn it. Damn it! So those were torpedoes probably fired at Sully. Ah!
Well, that went pear-shaped.
How are these two battlecruisers within our formation and not getting punished for it? But I'm the one getting punished for this with torpedoes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
This is just the AI cheating, I think. Oh, okay. Flash fire.
Wait.
Nice.
Wait, hold on. They both exploded.
Oh, both of them? That's amazing.
Okay then. So two simultaneous battlecruiser three. It was technically 3 explosions, but yeah. Okay, so what got it? Okay, Nancy sank this one. Okay, so this one...
Was that one sunk by a destroyer?
No, that was sunk by the cruiser Jules Michelet. The armored cruiser.
Okay.
Good job.
I saw
Jules
DD
Michelet.
Acorn hit. Oh yeah, your heavy cruisers did great.
Yeah, good job, Michelet. This ship, I believe, was commissioned, 1905, 1906-ish? Maybe 1904. Somewhere in the 1904-1905 range. And she just exploded the most modern British battlecruiser, I'm pretty certain. So that suddenly went a lot better.
I was gonna say that commander, his ranking says he's average,
and
but he's wily and he's a damage control expert, so I'd say he's above average.
Please, manual control, start going up north. I'm gonna take manual control over these guys, order them up north, and just try to disengage from the enemy destroyers. Cancel the flotilla attack order. Okay.
Alright, I take it you're abandoning the convoy?
I think somewhat at the very least. Oh god, Sully. Oh, Sully's probably dead.
I think she's probably got a jammed rudder. Yeah, her rudder was jammed.
Yep. Oh, she's for now turning up north again.
And she took out another destroyer.
Yep, okay.
But she's got someone behind her.
She's got significant flooding is the issue. Alright, you guys rejoin with the convoy. She's evacuating. Catapult is sinking. Okay.
No, who's going to throw your cows back at the
Okay, you should
British
be
kings?
a core on third battle cruiser. That might have been the issue, is that they were operating as an independent, not a core. Should be a core on Ob. Let's just see it on Sully right now. She's down to 11 flooding. And then right now the main task is to disengage. If we disengage, we're fine. I'm actually going to set you as a core on Victor Hugo, because I'd far rather have you in the formation. Dunkirk limits flooding. Go down to 14 knots. Okay. So something's contacting something else continuously, and I'm not sure what. Oh, it's probably that unidentified ship there. Okay. I think this is just called Run to the North. Lost contact. It might end turn 700. Nope. Okay, we've torpedoed an enemy battlecruiser retiring from the... Yes!
You sunk all 3 of their battle cruisers.
So, my guess is the submarine got that last battlecruiser, but we probably heavily damaged it enough. And Sully makes it out! Sully survives to live another day!
Woohoo!
Sully was commissioned in like 1901, so I am happy that she is still around. I want that ship to survive to the missile
So
age.
essentially she took 2 torpedoes with no torpedo protection.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Okay. Time to review the quick air detail review. No losses. Okay. Britain actually has a lot more planes than us. What are most of them? They're Zeppelins. Okay. Good to know. Zeppelins
Yeah.
and fighters. They do get their sink 2 ships, any ships, objective achieved, because they got 2 transports and 2 destroyers. But
Yeah.
that was costly. Okay. Yep, there we go. Queen Mary,
So
Princess
the
Royal, and
Queen Mary
Inflexible
took
sinking.
uh
So Queen
that
Mary, Princess Royal class. This war has started going a lot better. So initially,
they're coal ships.
are they coal fired?
Yep. Steel but shell burst limited by coal bunker.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're coal fired. Yeah, none of my
I thought
capital ships are coal fired.
I thought they would have refit them to be oil by now.
Apparently they haven't. The good thing is that my first dreadnought and battlecruiser I was able to make oil fired.
Nice.
So that was really nice. Admittedly, I only commissioned my first dreadnought in like 1908, yeah, I think it was 1908. It was probably delayed about a year, a little over a year, but it did get oil firing because of that. So, yeah, that's good. My fleet is standardized in oil firing, and my old cruisers are updated with oil firing. So we're getting 14-inch hits. What's flooding? Okay, so this is the daytime action right here, which takes a few 14-inch hits. One of her turrets is destroyed by Nancy. She does limit the flooding. Then we get the nighttime action. So at about just before 2 a.m., we engage. Looks like Marseille's getting some 5-inchers in. Launches a torpedo at one of us. The 14-inch hits are, she starts taking 14s. Doesn't look like they're doing too much at this point.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah,
up
14-inch
here
crit.
she took some turret.
Yeah, 14-inch
That was
critical.
engine room
Yeah,
B. I was gonna say I thought here she took a turret hit,
yeah,
and that's probably what took out her B turret, but that wasn't.
yeah. It was an earlier hit which destroyed her X turret. It looks like her X turret
Uh,
was destroyed early, but the main thing I'm seeing right here: critical hit, saltwater in her speed tanks, machinery disabled at
uh
202, so she gets slowed by a 14-inch shell.
her X turret was hit at 201 and taken out, disabled.
It was already destroyed, but okay. And get some fore aft hauls there from Nancy and Marseille. Looks like. Yeah, 5-inch belt pen. 5-inch hull hit belt penetration from a destroyer.
From a destroyer.
So, apparently if we're
These
at like
things
point
are.
blank range, the 5-inch shells go through these things' belts. Good to know.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure they have any more of these. I think they might have only had 2. And they,
Turret B was destroyed
yep, there.
by Aquitaine.
Yep, 12-inch shell from Aquitaine. Shell versus
And
coal bunker.
then
Superstructure hit. So now we get to this point. So 5-inch fore aft hull, 14-inch fore aft hull, and then get the final hit.
14-inch
Turret Y
to
hit,
turret
turret flash
Y.
fire. Queen Mary went up. Princess Royal.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Uh,
3 turrets destroyed, 1 disabled.
Yep. So daytime action is this. So we see what happens. She's taking some 14-inch, some 11-inch. Critical hit, electric power disabled. So that's where we saw her slow down, but then she does get it restored.
Yeah. And she was taking on some flooding.
Yes, but she does get it under control. And then we get the nighttime engagement. So she initially starts shooting at our merchant, but her rudder immediately gets damaged by Aquitaine. Aquitania, I don't know. 14-inch fourth hull, 12-inch secbat. So it looks like it's a lot of secondary battery fire being scored
Her
here.
turrets Q, A, and X were all hit here
Yeah.
by secondary battery fire.
God, this is all in 1 minute. This is all 1 minute right here. And then
It's a small wonder they
this is all
exploded.
1 minute. Okay, so in this minute, one of her X turret
I
was
think the
disabled.
night battle, she lasted 5 minutes.
12-inch submerged torp flat hit. 5-inch, yeah, 14-inch hull hit belt penetration. Superstructure hit hull damage by splinters. More hits.
More light hits. Turret Y was disabled by a 12-inch hit.
Yep, so we're disabling her turrets. So her turrets are very weak. That's
And
good
then
to
Y
know.
was destroyed by another 12-inch hit from
Yep, from
Strasbourg.
Strasbourg. Ooh, the oldest battlecruiser getting in on the action. Yeah, Strasbourg's my first battlecruiser, so happy she's getting in.
Oh, nice.
She's getting stuff in. 11-inch from Nantes. Launches torpedo at CA Jules Ferry class. So we're identifying that as we're identifying Jules Ferry as, you know, herself. We get the 7-inch hits now from Sully. It looks like engine room hit. Engines disabled from Sully. 11-inch.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, you were under 2,500 yards, next to nothing, stopping rounds
Yeah.
at that range.
Engine room hit belt penetration from Victor Hugo, so the CAs are getting involved. Critical hit fire control damage, Jules Ferry. 11-inch supercharge hit. Belt penetrations from Sully. There we go.
Turret
8-inch. Yeah, 8-inch turret Q hit, turret flash fire, ship blows up. CA Jules Michelet. 8-inch turret X hit, turret flash fire, ship blows up. So.
Oh, she has a 8-inch secondaries.
No, that's Michelet.
Oh, 8 inches from Michelet, right?
Yeah, an 8-inch hit from Michelet detonated her primary turrets.
That is impressive.
I should probably quickly just post the damage log screens here in the in the Discord, because it's like, yeah. Hold on, Britain's 2 best BCs simultaneously exploded. So battlecruiser Inflexible. This is their oldest battlecruiser. So this is their first battlecruiser. You know, I would say this is their equivalent of Strasbourg, but Strasbourg is a much better ship. Yeah, 12-inch. Yeah, and she slowed down to 25 knots, similar to Strasbourg. I need to get Strasbourg's machinery rebuilt soon, but oh well. 12-inch watt. I'm waiting on I think 5-inch dual purpose or maybe 4-inch twins,
Makes sense.
twin dual purpose.
I'm not gonna lie. I get really sentimental about my old ships, and I just don't want to get rid of them
No.
long after they've stopped being
Yeah.
useful.
I will
Especially,
say I'm trying to keep either Admiral Ob, Sully, or Jules Ferry around long enough to refit them into missile cruisers.
nice.
I want to get at least one of those 3 ships refit into a missile cruiser, which was why I was happy that Sully survived her 2 torpedo hits. Um, Actually, I believe that's all 3 of those ships having been hit by torpedoes at various points in their career and surviving.
That's impressive. Are they bulged?
No,
Oh, that's even more
yeah.
impressive.
Well, I don't think it's worthwhile to bulge them because then they'd be 25 knot ships, and
Makes sense.
I'd rather have a 28 knot ship. Okay, so the daytime action is, effectively this. So those are we're scoring some 12-inch hits on her and a 14-inch from Foudroyant, but 12-inch from Aquitaine and a 7-inch from Jules Ferry. And it does seem like she had some flooding, gets it under control, has structure issues. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, leaks in aging structure is causing problems. So she's
and that's when she was
yeah,
detached.
cannot keep up and has been detached. So she was detached from flooding issues about
Uh,
what 40
about
minutes.
40
Yeah,
minutes before combat,
yeah, 40 minutes before the night action.
and then the
That's why she
sub
didn't show up.
torpedoed her
Yeah,
at 3:30, which is after the battle
yeah,
ended.
that's right when the battle ended, I believe.
Yeah,
And then the next few hours were simulated, and she
it was
just had
just
too much flooding.
continuous.
Yeah, and leaks
Yeah,
aging structure. So she's not been refit particularly well, and yeah, it appears, or is a really old ship and causing issues. Oh God, Foudroyant, what the hell happened to you?
well, she tanked it better than the British did.
Yeah. Um. So daytime action is roughly this. So 15-inch. So we're getting the first 15-inch hits. It looks like Queen Mary's scoring the hits on her. Machinery disabled from Queen Mary. Um. Then we get the fire from Jupiter.
Her Yeah, her flash fire was
Yep.
just before
Tur-
you broke off combat,
yeah,
and she
turret
took
A.
that and then a 16-inch hit to her engine.
But the engine room hit did bounce off the belt. So I think the belt was angled and it was, fairly long distance. But I'm glad that that held up. I'm glad that armoring these ships a little better to help them survive. Yeah, no, this was yeah, that was
Doesn't
not good. These were not good hits.
Yeah. Looks like
Um,
she didn't take any other hits
took
in the
one
night
four
battle
inch,
though.
yeah,
Oh
one
yeah,
4 inch in the
she took
night.
one 4-inch hit.
Okay, Majestic's the next most damaged ship, so yeah, she was getting shot at. Well, not next most damage, but next highest point ship, highest damage point ship. Yeah, so what? 4-inch turret B hit, 12-inch secbat hit, some near misses. Ah, damn it, near miss, a lot of near misses there. Aren't contributing much. Um, all hit belt extended, some secbat hits, belt extended, launches torpedo at CA. Turret hit, 14-inch turret B hit. So my side gets a 14-inch hit into her B turret and destroys it, and that's probably the only like significantly damaging hit other than maybe these belt extended pens. She's a little better protected. Sully is the next most damage, heavy damage. Um, that was okay. So she got hit by 2 torpedoes from 2 separate destroyers.
Oh. I thought it was two from the same salvo.
Yeah, I thought so too. Torpedo DD Brisk and torpedo critical hit rudder damage DD Chameleon. And battery scores a hit on DD Goldfinch. Um,
She sunk Chameleon in exchange.
Probably, hopefully. I have no idea if Chameleon sank. Yeah, Chameleon sank. So
Gonna say
Mars.
the ship she was shooting that was running alongside her after her rudder was disabled. It was sinking
Yeah.
when she left.
Actually, which one? Which one did disable? Which torpedo hit disabled her rudder?
Pretty
Chameleon's
sure it
torpedo.
was the Chameleon.
Marseille is the next most damaged ship. So she was at. Oh, she actually took a 12-inch belt penetration from inflexible at 12,000 yards. That's not great.
Yes.
2-inch
No.
fire control damage. All pass through. 15 superstructure
Well, that
hit.
does help explain why you were having trouble hitting stuff. Your fire control was damaged.
Yeah, but I only lost 1 out of 2, so because the
Hmm.
backup. I need to get the guns on like Marseille upgraded at some point. Actually, I should try to investigate my damaged ships and see if it is worthwhile upgrading any of their guns at this point, or doing a significant rebuild to them while they're in dry dock. Jupiter 12-inch Secbat hit, 11-inch engine hit from Nantes. Weren't doing anything. Some hits there doing something. Hits there weren't really doing much. So we were shooting Jupiter a bunch, but wasn't doing anything. Anything much of note. So Nancy, 15-inch engine room hit belt non-pen, 13,000 yards. Yeah, this penetration is seeming kind of weird looking at it now. Deck extended. Shit. Belt extended. Yeah, okay, there we go. BB Majestic gets the machinery disable hit on those. So those battleships did a toll on us. We actually launched a torpedo at one of them. Um,
The
and then we get
battleships are mounting 14 or 16-inch guns.
16s.
16.
That was why it was hurting,
Yeah.
because these ships only have 14-inch guns. I didn't get
Yeah,
my
those will
best.
screw you up.
My oh yeah, my lead battle cruiser division right now has like what how many guns is it? Those have like 16, 17, and well, no, one has 14-inch guns, one has 16-inch guns, one has 17-inch guns. But I didn't get those. I didn't get the ships which I needed the most in
Yeah.
this engagement. But still, like one. I mean, I'll take it. I had enough quantity to win this. So Nancy takes a couple 4-inch hits. Tanks them very well. So Dunkirk, so 6-inch superstructure. So okay, so she takes a torpedo from Goldfinch. Detaches because of heavy flooding and does get it under control. Mosquito, this would be a British destroyer, took a couple 5-inch hits and then a mine at the end of the battle and sank.
Oh, wow.
Strasbourg took a single 15-inch hull belt extended hit, and that was enough to cause a good amount of damage and flotation.
Yeah.
I mean, Strasbourg's old, so yeah. Aquitaine, so 15-inch critical hit conning tower. Oh, she only has a regular fire control director. I think I found which ship needs a rebuild really badly.
Yeah.
Um, 15-inch from Princess Royal. Yeah, or destroyed from Princess Royal. Nothing too bad on her. DD
Her
Rattlesnake took a
conning tower
5-inch.
got screwed up, though.
Okay, so this was the British destroyer which exploded. Rattlesnake. Um, Glaive took 2 torpedo hits from. Oh no, this was my destroyer. Yeah, Glaive took 2 torpedo hits from Chameleon and sank. So that's a Mosquito class destroyer sunk, which is
So
bad.
the torpedo that probably hit Sully was probably one that was fired at the destroyer that was in front of Sully, and it missed that, hit
Let
him,
me actually. Well,
or hit her.
we'll get to Chameleon in a bit. So Catapult was my destroyer. She got 9-inch shot by a Bachant and then sank. Um, Basilisk, we did mention because it's a Harpy class. Did have some torpedoes. Alright, I don't know if she managed any hits. Yeah, critical destroyed. Bunch of 4, 5-inch
Her
fire.
torpedo tubes were hit pretty early on.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Jules Ferry, light damage, so she does take a torpedo from Princess Royal. Well,
Well, we found where that one went.
yep, that one went into Jules Ferry. Nantes, so we took a couple 12-inch hits and then a 15-inch superstructure hit splinters perforate uptakes on this old Dunkirk class battlecruiser. So what was Chameleon aiming at? Chameleon launches torpedo at CA. So she launches a spread at the CA and then one at the destroyer and then 2 more at the CA. And if
She
that's
probably was
correct,
launching individually.
Yeah, so the hit from Chameleon, she does hit the CA, a couple minutes later. I'm guessing that was the 202 fire spread.
Yeah. And she
Um,
hit the destroyer as well.
yeah, so Glaive,
Hit the glaive.
yeah, so two of those torpedoes wind up in Glaive. She fired a salvo of four, two hit Glaive, and then the next turn, one of them hit Sully. Um, yeah, but she only fired one of those at Glaive. She aimed the other ones at Sully. Brisk is heavily damaged, so we will actually get to her and see what happened there. But Catapult, yeah, Catapult, no, not Catapult. Or was it? Chameleon was then gunned down by Sully. So good job, Sully, in gunning her down. Goldfinch. Goldfinch did manage a hit, right? Yeah, Goldfinch managed a hit on something. Um, and she gets
Launches
sunk.
torpedoes at unidentified ship.
Yeah, so it's this
Um,
salvo which hit something. I'd have to check what. But yeah, she's just mauled by everything. All the
yeah.
secondary fire. Even a little bit of the heavy cruiser main battery fire. GD Rifleman. I don't think Rifleman manages any hits.
That was a total Yudachi moment. Just everybody shoot at that thing.
Yeah. 4-inch, 5-inch hits, ship sinking. Okay, Victor Hugo took a couple heavy hits, 15 and a 16-inch hit from battleships. But Chance, this was their heavy cruiser. We were only scoring, looks like CA hits on her and some destroyer hits. She did have a fire at one point, but got it under control.
Yep.
Michelet takes that single 16-inch hit from Jupiter, which goes right into her aft turret. This merchant takes a
Took
torpedo
a
from Goldfinch.
torpedo from Goldfinch.
Brisk, heavy damage. Okay, so she launches all of her torpedoes at once. Three of them at a CA, three of them at a TR, and one of those we know hit Sully. Um,
Yep.
then Ob and Sully and the destroyer Perrier kind of blast her, but she survives. So Sarbacane. Yeah, okay, so some 6-inch hits there. I think. Okay, I'll just quickly go through the rest of this. This merchant takes a torpedo from destroyer Chameleon. That's where another Chameleon torpedo went. How many? Okay, so Chameleon fired 6 torpedoes and scored 4 hits.
Well, I think her captain may have been a torpedo expert, but
Possibly.
good thing that she's done.
Yep. It is a ship I will not have to deal with in Stylet. The you remember Stylet, right? The destroyer which torpedoed that battleship earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch hits on her. She's okay. DD Lion, 6-inch.
They have some holes that need to have plates
Yep.
slapped over them.
Yeah, Leon Gambetta took a 16-inch, which perforated the uptakes. Francesque took a 4-inch and a 5-inch, although the 5-inch was to her engine room. Acorn, we got a 5-inch into her engine room, but she's okay. Fron took a 6-inch and a 4-inch. Chackle took a 6-inch superstructure hit. Mortier took some 5-inch turret disabled. Then Merchant 9 took a 4-inch from Princess Royal. And outside of that,
And
that's
then
all
it's
the
a bunch of
damage
no
done.
damage.
But I do want to quickly see if anything else got shot. Which Admiral Ob took 2 light hits, 2 4-inch hits from Chameleon. Claymore took a 4-inch hit from Bachant, which disabled a turret and then kind of came back. I am not. Harpy took a 5-inch hit. I believe that is all the damage that got done. I want to quickly check though, um, which ship took, or what is it? Which what was that torpedo hit from Goldfinch? I swear Goldfinch got a torpedo hit on something. Yeah, okay. So Dunkirk took the torpedo hit from Goldfinch. Um, what did you take that torpedo? Oh yeah, you took the mine hit. Glaives were both Chameleon, and then Barry's torpedo hit was Princess Royal. Okay, so Goldfinch was Dunkirk then. And then maybe one of the merchant. No, the merchants. Is it this merchant? Is this merchant? Yeah, that merchant. Okay. So there's the damage report done. In the battle. Good victory. Solid victory.
Yeah.
You know, that is a very significant blow. A lot of
You made them bleed without losing much of your own.
yep. I definitely will probably have to send some ships into rebuild now. Um, I would not be surprised if Sully is in rebuild. I would not be surprised. Like I
Yeah,
might,
Sully will be out of action for a few months, but
yeah,
fortunately most of your battle cruisers should be back on the line
yeah.
next month.
But I think Aquitaine should probably get a director refit because I don't think the
Probably.
regular director is cutting it nowadays when advanced director is on the table. Um, yeah, I think I can close this screen, take a quick look at the how about I do big ships? So, okay, so their battleship force actually sailed down afterwards. Yeah, we can see us starting here. Yeah, them kind of starting here. The battle kind of going with us doing this, them doing this. And then the pull off here is we see these ships, and then these ships start kind of coming up, and we fight them. And you can actually see where the battleships kind of come at us
And then
once
they
here. They
back
turn away.
off, and then this is where you do your turn away because nighttime
Yeah,
hit. And then
and
they turn about and head back home.
actually, I'm trying to think if we had contact. Yeah, no, that was when they charged us. So this is when they charge the line, they turn away. Wait, no, yeah, they charge the line, turn away. They're going up this way. I'm trying to kind of cut across and see if I can catch them, but they turned around. Battle cruisers,
Yep.
meanwhile, did this to go away. I'm assuming that the one ship is it split off? Chance over there, Acorn's over there. Where the Risk is over there. Where the hell did I guess it must have modeled just inflexible sinking already, because normally they would show that at the end, if the ship's still there at the end of the battle, but apparently not. Um,
Wait, is it this one? Oh no, that's a
oh,
CA.
there it is. There's inflexible. So inflexible was somewhere near that formation, probably. It just, she just kind of sank
Never made
afterwards.
it into combat because of her
Yeah.
speed.
So then you can see kind of where the combat starts, about here, with Bachant initially engaged, kind of pulling off, and then suddenly running headfirst into their battlecruisers and being like, "Oh fuck, what the hell? What do I
And
do
then
to
they
not get torpedoed?"
exploded,
Yes, then they
and
exploded.
you pulled off, and then
Yeah,
they pulled off.
yeah. I actually don't even see where that ship was. But yeah, you can see like the flagship doing this turn and then exploding.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right. Check on log entries. I don't think that there's anything particularly interesting in here. All right, end of scenario. Yeah, I think that's close. Gain 2 prestige. That's awesome.
Nice, nice. Are you trying to hit a certain amount of prestige before the game ends?
I just like trying to gather as much as I can. Battle
I
of
always aim to break 100.
Bay of Biscay. Oh god, look at the whole battle cruiser group. They're all out of action for a while. Diderot has finished her reconstruction. Liberty has condenser problems.
Yeah, you've got all of them should be back in
Continuing
battle.
operations will secure a total victory. Railed by Hawk Party. Proof 12-inch guns. Have to do the diplomatic note, I think. British troops have invaded Madagascar. Ah, annoying. Oh, how are we blockaded?
Probably because your battle cruisers went
Oh,
down.
probably.
They now have more fleet power.
17 more DDs and active fleet needed. Yeah, that's really difficult to get. Um,
You're gonna
oh
need
god.
to stop building some stuff.
How the hell am I blockaded? Um, Okay, so what's out right now? So Dunkirk, Marseille, and Foudroyant are out, as well as Sully, Jules Ferry, and Jules Michelet. So it is that, yeah, these ships all being out is probably really hurting me right now. And of course, Corbett's not finished working up yet. So
Yeah.
it does significantly reduce the amount of ships I have. If I look at over game,
It's probably because they have more battle power than you do, more blockade power.
probably moon blockade.
Because, well, no, you should have. What the heck?
That makes no sense. It's also annoying that they have invaded Madagascar apparently. But I really hope that, if I just get an easy win, I'll get that back. Or, if they get blockaded, they'll not be able to really continue that invasion.
Or you can get the holding of more value.
Yeah. I'm actually now curious which destroyer divisions are depleted. So the first, third, and fourth now only have 3 ships in them.
What do you aim for with your destroyer divisions? I always put 5 destroyers to a division.
My thought was going to be 5 destroyers, but like 4 and then a leader typically. And what
Hmm,
has happened was I never got to do the leader program. The leader build
got
program was
it.
gonna happen like uh last episode, and then Britain just decided to declare war.
Makes sense.
One thing I might consider doing is that the 11th destroyer has 5 destroyers in her, so I might actually move one of these up. Yeah, let's take Hova. Let's move Hova from that division and put her in maybe third. So, welcome to the 3rd destroyer division, Destroyer Hova. Hope you enjoy your stay. God damn, the monthly balance at this point. I'm gonna have to halt something. It'll probably be Baron again, which is annoying. But Marabou should enter service here soon, and I think I will be considering, you know, I think it'll be next episode, but I think there's a good chance I'll go up to advanced directors and Sully. Uh, Aquitaine being out probably would not be. Oh, I know Aquitaine has improved director. Which one has the older director? Is that like Nantes and Dunkirk?
I
Oh,
I think it was
Nancy. No, it wouldn't be
I
Nancy.
think it was Strasbourg.
No, Strasbourg has the modern director, right? Yeah. Well, not the modern one, but she has improved. One of these had only a normal director, and I thought it was Aquitaine. Was saying improved director. Did it generate me an older version of Aquitaine? I'm
Oh,
confused.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, it does
In
that?
in the last battle I was in my game, my battle cruiser Suo, she was in a division of 4 Suo class battle cruisers. For some reason, her file did not load right for her, and she couldn't shoot anything the entire battle,
Oh,
but
yeah.
everyone else could.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the file for Aquitaine didn't load properly then, and she got wound up with the director when she should have had an improved director. Um, that's a
That's
little strange, but okay,
yeah, that's probably what happened.
probably. So the good news is at the very least, second CL division is, about to fully enter service here. Probably should have
That's
set them on
good.
training, but yeah. Okay, so I think that does it for this episode. This has gone on for an hour and a half. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
thank you everyone for watching. This has been me, No Name of Seven Sport, and
This
um,
has been Kagami.
yep,
Happy to join you.
yeah. Uh, as per usual, the traditional outro. Links to my Discord, Twitch, and that other website. The one owned by the one owned by the guy who somehow thinks that the battle droid owners in Star Wars are a is a slur. That guy, yeah, owned by the website owned by that guy, which may or may not exist much longer. I don't know how much longer that has left. Um, I don't know how much longer a lot of these internet sites have left now. Wow, it's like everything's going to shit. Anyway, yeah, those are down below, as well as a link to a Community Rule the Waves Discord server. I'm going to say it is unofficial but officially recognized, if that makes sense. Um, Once again, thank you Naval Warfare Simulations, Slytherin Games, and Matrix Games for giving me the key for this for free. I still need to buy one and do a key giveaway at some point. But god damn it, I'm lazy, procrastinating.
Uh,
I also went through like a bad sleep schedule period and that sort of stuff. So that was not, and got distracted. And actually I have like some spore stuff to be distracted by now, which is not great. Anyway, all that said, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. You can say bye
bye.
too. Yeah. Okay. Cool.